Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I'm putting out at least one video a week, giving you guys absolutely free content that's gonna help you guys, whether it's long-term, short-term, just in finance and everything like that. So with that being said, let's jump back to the video. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another dividend video. And I think these are important to a lot of people because not a lot of people want to actually or have the time to day trade. A lot of people want to day trade, but not a lot of people get the time. Obviously, I'm sharing you my screen here. Sphd is the one that we're going to cover. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title. That's why you clicked on this video. So I want to get right into this one. So you saw the last video I posted was a PTY stock, and that's a closed-end fund. This one is not. This one is an ETF, of course, covering the S&P 500 basically. And before we get into all this price and everything else, one thing that I do look for when investing in long-term stocks for these dividends is to make sure that the overall is an uptrend. I don't want something that has a very, very high dividend, but instead of slowly uptrending, they start up here and they slowly start coming down, and basically the opposite of this stock. And there's quite a few of them out there, QILD and a few of other ones, and I'm going to make videos going over those. But today we're going to focus on SPHD, and let's get into the key data. And when I mean key data, there's some things in here that you should really look for. This is not really when I think of key data, is what I think of. I think of holdings is what I really care about. What is this thing in? What is this thing representing? And that's really where it comes into. You guys can take a look at these. You guys know I'm big on utilities. I love utilities. I love real estate. I personally don't invest into real estate yet. I'm waiting for the market to fall back down a little bit. But those are things that I am looking for. Technology, I'm glad that this one's only technology for 10% of the fund. And why I don't want it to be over 10% is because if you think of Apple, you think of Google, you think of all those. Yes, they're great stocks and they've been great stocks over the time, but they're very volatile. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down. That's part of the stock market, but I want things that are like Southern Company when it comes down to utilities that are going to absolutely make a difference. And I think that's a big thing for me that a lot of people don't even think about. So when it comes down to these, you guys can obviously read through those. When it comes down to the top 10 holdings, this has quite a few of them that are big name holdings that people know of, such as Exxon, Chevron, AT&T, Kinder Morgan, Philip Morris is a huge one. PPL Corp, I know of this one. Not a lot of other people probably do, but you got to think about these. These are all going to be. AT&T is a great dividend stock if you're just in it for the dividend. Again, when it comes down to seeing that chart go all the way up, that's what we care about, and it doesn't always. So another thing I always want to get into, and I want to show you guys this, and this is a big thing to me, is the actual chart of this stock. And people call me crazy for this, but again, I want to see this stock actually uptrending. Yes, the pandemic happened. This happened on this right here, and I'm just going to grab this tool. This right here happened to every stock out there. There wasn't one that went up. Maybe unless you were doing bonds or something because bonds increased or something like that. Maybe. But this does overall trend up. The only difference between SPHD and SPY here is, of course, SPY is going to pay a quarterly dividend. It's the S&P 500 ETF. And it's already recovered from here. So you guys can see it's already recovered rather than being down here. Now, that is a big deal, mainly just because this one is making all-time highs, and SPHD has not caught up to it. So do I like SPHD overall? My answer is I actually do like SPHD overall. Now, I'm going to get into why I don't own any of this at this exact second. Now, let me show you this other screen. So if we go over to my other tab, I have the NASDAQ website up here, and this basically is the SPHD dividend history and why I'm not happy with this stock right now and why I actually sold all of this stock here in the past month. I collected my dividends and I got out of it. Now, the main reason here is because if you look at these dividends,
it's around the same range, but we're going backwards here. And this worries me. These past two worry me quite a bit, because you can see we're here in 15, and then all of a sudden 14, and then all of a sudden 14.5 cents per share, which is still very good dividend. But I think it's at 4.5% or very close to it. But I still want to see that consistent growth of the dividend. I don't want to see it go backwards, and that's a big thing for me. And when you look at dividend aristocrats and things like that, if you don't know that term and you're looking at dividend stocks, you're definitely going to learn it. Basically meaning that they've been paying dividends and they've been increasing dividends for a very, very long time. And you can see ones that I do look at, such as PTY in the last video. You're going to see here they've been paying 13 cents consistently for what feels like forever. Even if the stock price doesn't move very much, and again, that's why my number one pick still right now is PTY. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check it out. But SPHD is uptrending. It seems to continue to uptrend. I do like the stock overall, but PTY is actually going to beat it just because overall compounded and everything, even though PTY doesn't move as much, that dividend stays so consistent that you're gonna get a better overall return on your money. Now SPHD, I do like this one in the future. I'll probably end up buying back into this one, but as of right now, all the money that was in SPHD is in PTY. And make sure you guys are doing your research on all these stocks. Make sure you're up to news with them. If it is a fund that is actively managed, make sure the management isn't changing. If it's a bad fund and they are changing management, kind of look for that, because that could be a possibility. That fund's going to turn around and actually start making money. And I do give some of those funds a chance when they get new management. I'll throw a couple $1,000s into them and let them ride for a year. And if I see great returns, I'll take out my initial investment and I'll leave what was left for the dividends. And I'll continue to let that little bit of money make me money. And that's kind of how I work. If I want to dump more cash in, I do, of course. But these are things, again, when it comes down to the overall, make sure you're looking at this, not just the 1 year, the 5 year, the 10-year. We want to look at the absolute max overall and make sure that this is an actual consistent uptrend. We're not just losing money. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys all for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.